well as all the other sentient beings, highest sentient beings, gods, lowest sentient beings in the hell, in between the animals and the spirits, and every sentient being's base, essence is equal to the essence of Buddha. Sarva and Tongpa Sundrungpa, clarity and emptiness in union. So it has no limitation, and that is the base. If, for example, if you have some difficulties in your life, whether it is real difficulties or imagination difficulties, if you calm down, if you just sit down and calm down, your difficulties are already cleared up to a certain extent. And if you really calm down for a longer period of time, 15 minutes, half an hour, 1 hour, just calm down. Physically calm down, orally calm down, mentally calm down. Then you realize previously what you thought was a really difficult, bothersome situation that you have with your mind and your surrounding. They become totally just like when there is rain and sunlight, there is a rainbow. So rainbow is fantastic. We all can be so attracted to it, and we all make such a big deal about that rainbow. But when we just calm down, it's because of the rain, the water particles, because of the sunlight, because you are in a certain angle to that, relative to that entity, that happening, then you see such a beautiful color arrangement that almost no one can duplicate. And so when you see that, when you realize that, then you can enjoy that rainbow without getting worried about it. Yesterday you did something, there was a rainbow. Today you do something and you are looking up and up and up, no rainbow. And it becomes a problem. But it doesn't have to be, because yesterday there was rainbow, that's nice. Today there's no rainbow, that's nice. Every day rainbow will be a little bit embarrassing and also a little bit boring. So that way, the positive things, happiness, negative things, pain and suffering, if you calm down, they just remain what it is. When you don't calm down, then they become enormous. And it becomes unmanageable. And many people don't manage their day-to-day episodes. As a result of that, they go through so much trauma in their life. It is not necessary. If you calm down, then everything is just interdependent manifestation of everything else. So Dila, in the teaching of Buddha, Kompani is woman. Kompani doesn't mean pop woman. Kompani means everything is nothing more than interdependent manifestation of everything else. That is company. It is not a nihilistic terminology. Company is not a nihilistic terminology. And it is not a eternalistic terminology, of course. When we say company, you can see that right away. So, therefore, now, so our mind is pure, our base is pure, our base is perfect. There's no human being. Now let's talk about human being. Okay? All sentient beings too many to handle. So let's talk about human being. Rampa Jap, Rotsu Jap, Mythic Layam, there isn't anybody who is not perfect. Everybody is perfect, ultimately. And right now, if the person let himself be and let herself be, he or she is perfect in essence. But in habit and in perception, there is so many imperfections. That influence is coming from outside. If we look inside, everybody is perfect. But if we follow outside conditions, cause and conditions, then temporarily we become imperfect. So the solution for that is to look in. Ngaji chipu gabo chumbachi di susuki leg in devi. Susula le miabachi, nobody outside can make us sad. But because of our own karma, then condition is there so that someone from outside say something, do something, it bothers us and we get affected. But if we realize we are perfect in our essence, then that is actually the way to help those who is neurotic enough to attempt to cause you suffering. So when you realize it is an illusion, then it helps them to realize they are perfect as well, because you realize you are perfect. But you are perfect not relatively. Relatively, I'm not perfect. You are not perfect. You are not perfect. Everybody has some shortcomings. I give you a very direct example. To get here, I have to be driven by the driver. I don't know how to drive. So that is one of the very big handicap, very big shortcomings. Many of you are better than me because you can drive. You can ride motorbikes, you can drive a car. I can't. So things like that. And you know Dzongkha very well. I don't know Dzongkha. So that is also my shortcoming. So each one of us have lots of shortcomings, but relatively. Ultimately, none of us have any ultimate shortcoming. There's no ultimate Dikpa and ultimate Gyewa. The Dikpa and Gyewa is relative truth. It is truth, of course, it is true, but relative truth. Because of that, 마주기 라오마네 군족 장주 지선 전담 장주 전담 동이 So when we practice, we go through the first step to reach to the second step, from second step to the third step. So if you hold on to the first step, you will never get to the second step and third step and fourth step. So therefore, you have to use the first step as first step. Then you go to the second step and you have to overcome the first step. You cannot carry the baggage of the first step when you are in the second step. Then it becomes an obstacle. So 연ten 약된 냠 공패 리pat 세페 오네 공도로 말해. 아니 그렇지 만주게 when we are practicing we have to progress. Definition of progress is what has to be done in the first step is done. Now in the second step, whatever has to be done in the second step is done. So we are in the third step. So this way, 장지 생리 사공수 종체 what helps us to purify and cultivate is Mahamudra Vajra Yoga. Kanglung.